All right, well, welcome to part 2 of how to paint your squigs in 15 minutes. This is just an alternate version if you want to paint your squigs with a darker color or just maybe a little bit different teeth color, however you want to do it. First off, I want to thank all the YouTube members. You guys are absolutely amazing. I could not do this without you. Thank you, thank you, thank you for everything that you do. If this is your first time at the channel or if you're a returning member, hit that subscribe button. What do you got to lose? We're painting everything. We got a ton of Warhammer stuff coming up. We got a whole bunch of other board games. We're not going to quit. We're going to try and push this to the limit. But without further ado, let's go. All right, if you followed the first episode, you know that we're going to prime this thing in black and then do a zenithal dry brush of gray and then a little bit of white on top of it. Once you are successful in doing that, we're going to take some Blood Angels red contrast and quickly go over your entire miniature in red. Now this is a darker color squig, and that's why this is an alternate version of the Paint Your Squig in 15 minutes. Part 2, I guess you could say. So depending on what kind of color scheme you want. For the tongue and the gum lines, we're going to use some Voluopus Pink again. A lot of these colors are going to be the same. Some are going to be a little bit differently. Just a very alternate version. This is a quick video. You can watch it and say, you know what, I'm not going to do this. Or, hey, I like this idea. I like that idea. For the bottom little portion area, we're going to use some Nazdreg Yellow. Again, just picking something out of it. For a couple of our mushrooms, we're going to use some Plague Bearer flesh. And for our little other mushrooms, we're going to use some Aethermatic Blue. Again, just an alternate version. For our teeth, we're going to use some Morghast Bone and our spikes on top, same as that. Just going over this real quick, just be a little careful since we've already done some of the colors on the tongue and the gums. And as a wash, you can use Agrek or Earthshade, but I'm going to use Skeleton Horde on this. Just wanted to try this color out. This is kind of an experimental squig slash putting it into my army type thing. For the slobber coming out of our squig, we're going to use some Ulthuan Grey on there. And for the beads of the eyes, we're going to use a little bit of white there. And to start brightening up our tongue and our gum line, we're going to use some Screamer Pink. Followed by a little bit of Dechala Lilac to brighten up our areas. This adds a really nice pop on our miniature and the gum line. For an easy slob, we're going to use some Frostheart contrast. That's all we're doing. That white sticks out perfectly. And to redo our teeth, we're going to do a reapplication of Morghast Bone. Only doing about 3/4 of each tooth from the top down. followed by some Wraith Bone, another base paint color, but we're going to do a half to a quarter of each tooth, making that gradient of color to the darker portion to the lighter. Now, coming down to the end of this, we're going to use some Stirland Mud and let that dry real quick, about 15-20 minutes to let it dry. And while letting it dry, we're going to use some Bad Moon's Yellow on the eyes. And then after our base is done on that, we're going to use some Tyrant Skull, do a little bit of dry brush on there. Followed by painting the rim of the base, but we're not done yet. We're going to paint that in black. We're going to take some glue, some PVA glue, and we're going to use a Q-tip to put it on there, or however you want to get it on there, it really doesn't matter. And then we are going to take some flack, some fake grass, and we're going to put it onto the base of our miniature. I use a pair of tweezers that I have. Take some from the pot area, put it onto there, kind of knock it off, and then put the fake grass back in there. That's why I'm using a card sleeve from cards that I have. And there you go, part 2. This is the alternate version of part 1 if you wanted to do it a different way, but this is basically the same thing. This is basically it. And I just want to say thank you everybody for watching this video. I'm going to try and keep pumping these out as quick as I can. I just want to say thank you for everything that you do, everything, your contributions, subscribing, leaving comments. I can't thank you guys enough. Thank you so much. And I hope to see you on the next time with more Warhammer and more other games. All right, love you. Paint on.